So I'm not sure what really happened, but the camera come off. So yeah, we're gonna keep going with this. Uh, like I said, the difference is with this card, I'm really getting that it's two cats. So the two cats are basically it's two cats, one's black, one's white, but it is two cats. I'm gonna go back for a bit because I don't know what happened and how much got recorded, just cut off somewhere. But this, I'm gonna go back to the vision card. This card, what I'm getting mostly is the moon in the back, which means that your vision is connected to your current emotion. Not emotion, just your current emotional state. And with that, you're seeing differences that may not be there. Now, normally, difference card means you're supposed to place basic categories, but with this, I'm really noticing the cats, and what I'm getting is both of the cats, even though one's black and one's white, they're still cats. And you're creating different, so to me I'm getting you're creating differences, more differences to what's really there. And then I get here, which is the rigid card, which normally it means it normally means people need to be less rigid, but I'm getting for you, as far as your emotional way of thinking, you're creative, you have a highly creative intuition to the point where you're creating stuff that spirit didn't necessarily give you, if you get my point. You're creating things based off of you're creating situations in your head and reacting to that based off your fear of not wanting to happen. But what's happening is that these situations are starting to hint and creep up back around. Not saying that they fully manifested, but certain hints and certain things starting to show up because you haven't really dealt with this particular aspect yet. And I'm getting that you know this. You know this. So let me go ahead and pull another card and give me a second because when the camera stopped. I'm going by the last that I got before I realized the camera stopped. When the camera stopped, I felt like a kind of a disconnect. So give me a second. The warrior card. Now, the warrior card more so means that while you have to fight, and this fight I'm getting is an inner fight. While you have to fight to make life the way that you want it, to manifest the reality the way that you might. Oh, someone just told me you're doing this too much. You're talking too much. You're telling too many people your dreams. You're telling too many people your problems. You're telling too many people your aspects, your goals, your internal thoughts. You're talking too much. That big in my head. I saw this and I heard the word shut and read the word shut the hell up. And I'm totally serious. You're doing too much. You're talking too much. Now I'm not sure who this talking is to, because I'm not getting that you're talking to strangers. I'm getting that you're talking to people that you find close to you, but not everybody around you that you find close to you is totally on board with what you're trying to do. And I'm getting the warrior card, which the warrior card is showing you that you're gonna have to fight for what you want. The strength. It also shows the warrior card also shows that the strength is there. The strength is there. You have the strength in you. You've been using that strength in you. But going forward, know that you have the strength, and when you're going to have to use it. It's not just going to come totally easy. You're going to have to work your behind off to attain whatever it is that you want. And I'm still not feeling like we're on the question that you asked me yet. I feel like we touched the question, but your higher self said, wait a minute, bring it back a second, bring it back a second. I'm trying. Okay. Hope. This card is normally a good sign, which basically means that the reason why you're so creative and in an aspect as far as manifesting, not necessarily your eternal life, but manifesting your outer life, you're actually kind of good at it. I'm getting that you're good at manifesting, getting the things that you want, and doing the things that you need done, and seeing your vision come to life. I'm getting that you're very good at that, and that has to do with the hope card. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to draw on that, but you need to learn how to draw on that for your inner life. Because with your inner life, you do have to call things into existence, but you have to make sure that what you're calling into existence is from the it's from love and hope and not out of fear. A lot of times we don't realize that what we're thinking. You know how we are. Dad, such and such better not, or I hope such and such better not, or she better be doing right, and she better be doing this. That's coming out of fear. Even though you're saying that's coming out of a place of fear, and that's the problem. You're creating out of a place of fear as far as your internal relationships. And I'm really getting that you need to pull on that vision that you pull on, that place that you go to when you go to create and manifest. Say if it's a car you want. You ain't seen the car yet, but you've got this idea in your head that this is the car that you want, it's the color that you want. That place you go to there to pull that color in that car to make it when you now, even though you may not have that car yet, you've now started seeing that car driving down the street and now you know what that car name is. Or that outfit that you wear that day. With that place you go to pull that all together and make it work. That's the place you're going to have to go to in your relationship to make it work. And I'm not getting it necessarily. Shoot, I just got blocked. Dang it. I'm really starting to get that. As far as the question you asked me, you're not meant to know. I'm getting that you're meant to go through this. Because judging by the cards that they're giving me, they're really not giving me a direct answer to your question. It's more so saying that you learn by experience. It is not necessarily whether you should do this or whether it's a waste of your time. It's more so of you need to do this and you may not like it, but it's something that you have to go through in order to learn something, and this time you'll finally get it. This time, you're not saying that the relationship won't last, not saying that this particular relationship won't last, or that it will last, because they're not telling me. I'm not getting it either way. What I'm saying is you need to go through this to learn what it is that you're missing, and they're using something familiar to you for you to go back and understand, for you to go back and stop denying. That's what I'm thinking. They're going back. Thank you. So for you to go back and stop denying the problem, stop denying the issue, for you to stop making light of the issue, for you to stop reflecting the issue outward and look inward on this issue. I'm gonna keep going. Do I need to say more? Can you see that? Honesty. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to stop for you to stop playing, stop being loud, stop running around, be totally honest. Honest. And what I mean by being honest is be totally honest with, you know who you are. You know where you want to go to an extent, but you're not being totally honest with, I know it will sound crazy, but you're not being totally honest with who you are. It's like you know who you are to an extent, but it's somehow, even in knowing who you are, some of that is still what other influences have said who you should be, and not necessarily fully, because you're like 50-50. It's like 50% you and 50% what you heard or what you told was acceptable. I know it sounds kind of weird, and I'm getting that you're probably going to say that sounds kind of weird, but really think on that. It's like 50-50. It's time for you to be totally honest 100% on your situation, who you are, who you want to be, pretty much it, who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, 100%, not just professionally, not just socially, but spiritually, and because like socially, you got it. Professionally, you haven't honed in on specifics, but you got the general idea and you know where you're going, and that's not a problem. And the very specific area of the general you want to be in will come. So that part, not a problem. Inwardly is an issue, but if you see my reads, you know I keep going until the cards say stop. So I'm gonna keep going because I didn't get either one of the cards that said your reading's done yet. So Obedience. You need to be obedient. Wow, you hard. You like me. You hard headed like hell. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I normally get the honesty card and the obedience card too. You need to be obedient to your honest, true self. Not what someone says you have to be. Not when someone says what they would like you to be. Not what pressures and desires that you put on yourself from way back that you now feel as though since you set this goal for yourself, you still have to go through it. No, 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 no. In this moment, now, you need to be honest with yourself and what you still want. Because you can change your direction on where you're going anytime. Anytime, any place if you want. I don't care if you wanted to be a basketball player yesterday and you want to be a Fruit Loop, literally a Fruit Loop to cereal. Want to be a Fruit Loop today, and then tomorrow you want to be a flower somewhere else as well. Be true to the you that is now. That's what you need to do. Be true to the you that is now. So the you that you are today. Whatever ideals, whatever you have from the past that is not you today, you're not obligated to that. You're not. You're only obligated to be the you that is you today, and nothing else and nothing more, and to be honest about it and be obedient to it. And that's when you'll start. Thank you. That's when that channel and you will start opening up and you'll start being honest with yourself, and that disconnect between you and your higher self will be connected. So now you can manifest fully 100% life the way that you want it. But you got to be totally honest. Stop denying. You know, and the reason why it's going harder for you is because you know what it is. I haven't been shown what it is yet, but you know what it is. And you need to stop denying it. You need to stop playing around it, which is where the playful card and the denial card come in. You need to be a little more structured in it, rigid, and really think on that, which is where the rigid card come in. Have hope because you will get through it. Hope is connected to your creativity. You got creativity. You will get through it. But you got to be honest and you got to be obedient. Obedient, boo-boo. Be obedient to yourself. Oh, when you pulling the mama out of me, I called you boo-boo. I called you boo-boo. Put the mama out of me. The high priestess of water. That's connected to emotions, but give me a second. I'm hearing get your emotions in check, but that down. The high priestess of water means, like I said, I was hearing loud as day, get your emotions in check. The next card I pull is the listening card. But whenever I pull this card, the only thing that I ever focus on is these words. What do these words say? Can you read that? Probably not, because this is a crappy camera. But the words say, darkness does not always equal evil, always equate to evil, and light does not always bring good. So, what this is saying is, your emotions need to be in check. And your emotions was creating good and evil in your head that may not necessarily be good, may not necessarily be evil. Your emotions are blocking you from reading the situations that's really there. And I'll be totally honest, that's for most of us. Our emotions block us from what's really there, because I can create a situation in my head that ain't there in a minute and then react off that as if it's really there. You can't tell me that the situation ain't happened, even though it only happened in my head. Yeah. So basically, you need to slow down and listen. Listen, not with your emotions, with your heart, with your spirit. A lot of people think that the heart and emotions are one and the same. No, they're not. Your heart is connected to your desires, and your desires is directly connected to your higher self. Your higher self heals your heart and your desires. It's your emotions and your logic that block it, that block the messages and block what needs to be done in order for you to grant what you want. So basically, you need to get the emotions in check and start listening to your higher self more. And what I mean by listening to your higher self, it's a part of, if you don't know what a higher self is, we're all spirit. And we're all, even though we're all spirit, there's many different aspects of our spirit. And one aspect of our spirit comes here into this physical form of this physical body for the purpose of experience, nothing more. All spirit comes down here to do is for us to experience. And we came here with a set experiences that we already wanted to experience before we came here. But as we got here, a lot of times we change it, and there's nothing wrong with that. We change the experiences that we want to have. But what blocks us is from having these experiences, whether they be the ones that we're going to have or the new ones we create for ourselves. Our emotions and our beliefs based off of our emotions is based off our beliefs, and our emotions block us from they block us from getting the best experience possible according to how higher self wants to send us. And what this is basically saying, take a step back from that creative side of your interpersonal relationship life and look and see what's really there. What you may be seeing as a good thing may be actually a bad thing, and what you may be seeing as a bad thing may be a good thing. But I'm really getting this more so not current, I'm getting this more so long term, where you see certain things as a problem. You're seeing certain things as it takes a while to talk to company, but you're seeing certain things as a problem that's not necessarily a problem when judging it by time and existence as your future goals or where you're trying to go in life, or what you communicated to your higher self that of the experience that you want in this life, and what your higher self is trying to communicate, what your higher self is trying to give to you, or get through you, or get you to do in order to get to where you said you wanted to be. I surely hope that made sense. Let's see. Love. Now, I'm not sure how much you watch my channel or anything, but every time I say love, I go through the etymology of the word, which is the history of the word. And love actually means desire and will. So, let's see what it has to do with your desire and will. The card I got is self-worth, which actually, to me, confirms what I was saying about the inner disconnect. You need to desire that connection that is not totally off. Like I said, to me, I'm just getting that it's your personal connection where if your experiences go left, you go left and don't go right. Now, I totally get if your spirit says today we want a purple card and then you get to the light and you want a green card, you'll go with that. But on the way getting to the light, if your spirit is turn right, when you need to turn left, you'll turn left anyway, even though your spirit should turn right. I'm using that as an example because as far as manifesting outwardly what you want, there's no disconnect there. But as far as emotionally, physically, for inner joy, there's a disconnect. And this card is saying basically that your desire needs to be towards your self-worth. Excuse me. Your desire needs to be for yourself, not just in getting what you want, but in the happiness that you truly want. It's right now is a time to be totally, and I know some people don't like to hear it, and some people need to hear it, but now is the time to be selfish. It is. As long as you're up in front and honest, the other person may be mad, or the other people involved may be mad, but if you don't do it, you'll always be mad. You'll always be hurt. You'll always be pissed off. So now's the time to be upfront and honest and totally obedient to yourself. And in that, it will bring about what it is that truly makes you happy inside as well as outside. What it is that you want inside as well as outside. It'll give you that okay that says, you know what? Screw what I wanted yesterday. This is what I want today, and this I'm living by today and nothing else. Period. Screw what society says about the future. Screw what other people say about past. I'm living for today. I'm living for self because it's all about joy, and joy is all about the present moment. Desire is only experienced in the present moment. And you gain your self-worth by fully experiencing the desire you want to have without past in your ear or future in your ear saying you need to do this according to our set of rules. And I'm getting that this is what's affecting your current relationship, but it's not really. You know what? You should at least know what this card means. It means it's the end of the reading. So that means, yes, it's you. It's your inner struggle that's affecting your current relationship. I really didn't get whether it's going on, whether you should go through it or not. I'm getting you're going to have to experience it to find out. And you're going to have to trust your inner self. Now, I know what I told you in the inbox, But the reason why I said I'm still going to pull the cards and find out because I really felt as though there was still more to it. And normally, my first impression, whenever I talk to somebody, the first answer I get is always filtered through the mommy me, the protective me, what mommy says is best for my baby. That's always initial um, my first initial interpretation of anything. That's why I said I'm still going to pull the cards anyway. And then pulling the cards, basically, I don't know if you're going to like it or not, but I have to be honest to what your higher self channeling through me through all these cards is that you need to learn some things, and the best way you learn is through experience. And until you stop denying what the problem is, you're going to keep attracting experience after experience after experience, and they're going to get worse and worse and worse to get it through to you what the problem is. And the reason why I get worse is because you're not in denial